person, like make them into Team Machine, because we know like Samaritans like outnumbered the Team Machine apparently. So I just want to know if like Team Machine Army will eventually be recruited.
Yeah, Greg. You told me what happens in season 5. Trying to try it out.
You know, it's been brought up a number of times when a particular person of interest of the week has a skill set, that we might find advantageous in the fight against Samaritan. You never want it to be coincidental, but it is somewhat rich and rewarding when we can find people along the way to recur on the show that might be, instrumental in the fight against Samaritan. So definitely a path, I think, in season 5 that we're going to have to explore a little bit more in depth.
So back on the right. You mentioned earlier watching the show helps, obviously. Does buying it on iTunes help? It seems like it should, but I don't know. And Amy Ecker, thank you for Fred Milleria. Brilliant.
We're grateful for viewers that are coming to the show from anywhere. I mean, this business is sort of in a bit of a transition where everyone's putting a little more emphasis on the people who watch over the course of the first 3 weeks. The most valuable thing you can do to support the show is to watch the show within 7 days of its airing on TV and watch the commercials. You know if you skip them.
Questions for Jonah. Will we ever get some new flashbacks before she met the machine? Her life adventures.
That's a question for Greg. Because he was just talking about that the other day.
I'm sorry. Will we get flashbacks to Ruth's life before she came in contact with Harold and the main cast?
Oh, that's too delicious to pass up. Absolutely. That'll be right after the bear flashbacks.
Oh. Hi, this is for Michael. Would you like Carrie back in the show?
Oh, sure. It's always fun to run into your spouse. It's tricky, too, if I have scenes with her. I've said this before. It's kind of hard to forget the wifeness of her and just accept her as a fictional character. Because it's hard to be chilly, standoffish Mr. Finch when it's someone that you slept with the night before.
Do you need practice?
He's the only one that will say to him, "Are you really going to do it that way?"
Right down here, and then we'll jump over this side.
I just want to say thank you for portraying veterans in a very great light. I love the way that you guys do it, and the cast and crew are huge supporters, so I appreciate that. I was wondering about side projects. It seems like you guys do everybody on stage kind of does multiple things in a hiatus. I wonder if Jonah can give us a heads up on Westworld and Foundation, what's going on with that. And JV's been making some killer movies the last couple of years. What can we expect to do?
Hiatus right now.
Yeah, seems to have a nap. Just from that last episode alone. It's a busy moment for me right now. I mean, I'm sort of missing the 10 years in which I would write a movie every couple of years and then surf for the rest of the time. I feel like I've signed up for something a little different here. Incredibly excited about both Westworld and Foundation. And in fact, Robin Isaac Asimov's daughter is here with us today. Just talking a little bit. That's two dream projects for me that are now coming together. In this kind of environment in which television has just become so ambitious in the last few years, it feels like you can tell stories at the highest possible scope and scale. When we're here with Person of Interest in New York, we shoot outside, virtually every day, which is something kind of unheard of a few years ago on television. The Westworld, very, very, very excited about it. It's got a great scope and ambition, and HBO is a fantastic partner. And Foundation is my favorite books of all time, so incredibly lucky to be working on those projects.
Move right over here.
Hi. as much of a thank you as anything. I think Root is one of the best written TV characters ever, and portrayed incredibly well too. Just the arc that she's made, and I've been a fan of Amy's going back to when they found Winifred Burkle in a cave in Palea. So I guess my question, Amy, you seem so nice, sweet, normal, but you're so good at playing crazy. What do you do to get what do you do to get into the zone?
Oh, maybe it is too easy. Well, I mean, the writing is so great on the show, and it's just the thing. Every episode, I am always excited to see what I'm going to get to do. I guess I'm probably, if you ask my husband, maybe he would say I'm more towards the crazy side. But I don't kill as many people nearly.
So we're back there in the shirt.
I just wanted to know the name of the Nat King Cole song that you played at the end.
It was actually Jim's suggestion. Greg and I are very close with the mysterious music supervisor for our show, who's somewhat anonymous. We helped them pick all the songs for the show, and Jim suggested this particular Nat King Cole song a couple of years ago for an episode spiritually like this one. And it's called, I believe, Happy New Year. It's a wonderful song.
Just a little bit in front of that previous question here in the denim jacket.
I just had a question about like roots and identity. She has all these identities, and I was wondering if you have like a favorite, and like where do you guys even come up with some of them? And also, a lot of people told me to say hello to all of you, so.
Yeah, for me, I probably might. I don't know. It's a toss-up, I guess, between Bear Suit and French Nanny. And they've all been fun. The wedding dress was pretty fun too. Any chance to rip up a wedding dress with running shoes?
Right down here, please.
Hi, I'm a longtime fan of the show. I've been selling it to my friends, convincing them to watch since season 1, telling them, hey, watch this show, it's got Jesus kicking butt. That's been my selling point, and Jim Caviezel has definitely rocked the show since. But the show's definitely come a long way. Jonah Nolan does some fantastic writing with all of these great relationships, and bringing in these great actors and actresses with Amy Acker coming on. We were all very excited. So my question to the cast is, what are your favorite relationships, both romantic and not romantic? For example, Finch and Reese as a friendship is a great dynamic. So what are your favorite relationships in the show?
I do love the relationship between Root and Fusco. It's kind of a scary one. And of course, Fusco and Reese. Some days. When he's nice to him.
I tend to really enjoy adversarial situations, so I like it when I'm in a confined space with someone who wants me dead. Because it lends gravity to the dialogue.
I think we have time for a couple more. Maybe right there.
Hi, I can honestly say that I could, like, if someone said to me, who's your favorite character, I couldn't even pick one, but because I think you're all awesome. But I was wondering, for the writers or the producers, do you think, is Zoe or Leon coming back? Because I like them too.
We would love to have Leon back. He's phenomenal. Zoe, the chemistry is kind of undeniable, isn't it? It's really, it's something we can't seem to get away from. Paige Turco's such a fantastic actress. We always feel like if there's somebody that pops in our world and there's chemistry, let's find a way to get them back if we can. So, absolutely.
Is there a question over here?
Jim, I had a question for you, and if you need a few seconds to think through your answer, I'll understand. But on a week-to-week basis, would you say you enjoy beating up people on the show more than you enjoyed beating up Schwarzenegger and Stallone in Escape Plan, but getting blown up?
I love them both the same.
And let's do a final question here.
One of the fun things that we've been able to see is everyone except Fusco riding on a motorcycle, including Finch. That was amazing. So are we ever going to be able to see maybe Reese and Fusco being motorcycle cops together?
The funny part, I'm the only one that rides a motorcycle in real life.
Part of the reason there's so many motorcycles in the show is that my wife, when we got married, said I wasn't allowed to ride a motorcycle anymore. So I figured out if we put one on the show, I could come to set on the days the motorcycle was there, and at lunch I could take it and ride it. True story. For motorcycles on the show.
All right. Well, I think on behalf of the panel, CBS, everyone here, thank you guys for coming.